I just finished doing my weekly energetic check-in for my Sacred Space Hub members. And so I wanted you guys to be reminded about the Sacred Space Hub, which is my online community membership. And so every single Monday, I go in and I channel for the group. I tune into the group's energy, I tune into the collective energy, and we get some really powerful insights and guidance into what's happening, how we can best navigate through everything. And so I thought that I would come on here and share with you guys today because I'm just kind of excited about it. It was a big shift in energy coming through, a big shift in kind of what I've been shown. So let you guys pop on. Hi, everybody. Say hi to me as you're coming on. I can see your comments and let me know how you're feeling. Let me know where you're coming in from. And if you happen to miss the live of this and you're listening to the replay of it, please, again, leave your comments in there because I will go through and read everybody's comments if I don't get a chance to talk to you while I'm on here. Everybody's coming on. Hey, Chrissy, Pen, Sherry, Michael, Rachel, Kathy, Vicky. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Family Day to you all. I hope that wherever you are enjoying some time with your family. I hope that you're taking it easy. I hope that you're navigating the powerful energies to the best of your ability, supporting each other. Hey, everybody. Okay, so again, I want to, so let me know in the comments if you guys have heard about my Sacred Space Hub, because I want to make sure that you guys do know about the Sacred Space Hub. And so you can go check that out on my website. So it's mediumjodyjones.com. Oh, and by the way, I should put in a disclaimer right now because, of course, it seems like as soon as I do a live, there are all of the fake accounts sending my followers messages, private messages about readings and all of that. Guys, know that there's only ever one website link, and that's mediumjodyjones.com. So if anybody ever sends you a private message offering you a reading or, I don't know, a new house, a new boat, I don't know what they get quite creative. Do not engage with them and do not follow any links other than the ones that you know, the trusted, which is mediumjodyjones.com. That's it. That's all. I only have one Facebook page that I'm on with you guys right now, only one Instagram account. That's it. That's all. No private accounts to message you guys in. So if you receive anything, please know that it is a fake account and they are scammers and parasites that should be destroyed. No, I'm just kidding. They need to find another source of income for sure. Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys. So again, every Monday in the Sacred Space Hub, I do a weekly energetic check-in. And so it's kind of a really powerful way to tune in and get the guidance and the insight into what's happening, specifically for the members of our group, right? So when we come together in unison like that, we create an energetic dynamic, right? So we're all like vibrational beings coming together to support each other. And so it's easy for me to go in and tune into the collective energy of the group. Sometimes we get individual messages that will come up that will pertain to some of our members individually, but most of the time we're getting a lot of collective guidance, and that's because we really are all kind of having the same experiences right now, believe it or not. I know that sometimes when you're having some of your most difficult challenges, it does feel like you're kind of out there on your own, or you're the only one that's having that happen to you. But trust me when I say this, we are all having similar experiences on different levels, but it's the same thing. It's the same frequencies that are coming through. And so in the Sacred Space Hub, we get guidance and support on how to best navigate through these times and these experiences so that we have the understanding and the remembrance that the stuff is not happening to us, but for us. And it reminds us about our purpose and the reason why we come here. So this is really important. Okay. Hi, Nicole on there. Sure. If you would love a reading, you can definitely pop over to my website. There is my readings page. Please go check that out. It will give you all of the links to be able to go and schedule readings, book your readings with me, book healings with me. Again, mediumjodyjones.com. Okay, so I wanted to just share a couple of big things that came through in this weekly energetic check-in. And so we don't have anything massive astrologically happening right now. We have this, the moon is in between phases. We do have the sun though, and this is probably why this kind of feels good, is we do have the sun in Pisces right now. And so that's going to give us like a much needed energetic break from things. And let me know in the comments if you're beginning to feel this today, like just coming in today. But that feeling of like, oh, I don't need to watch that. Oh, I don't need to listen to that. Oh, maybe I'm just going to read a book. Maybe I'm just going to sit here and have a cup of tea, or maybe I'm just going to play with my pets. And I don't have to be the warrior. I don't have to be on right now. And so we can thank Pisces for that energy. And so it really is going to give us the what will be energy, or the, it is what it is. Like, I'm doing the best I can, which I think is really important, especially for anybody who considers themselves to be a sensitive or a light worker, because I feel like we've been full blown on mission mode lately. And let me know in the comments how you've been feeling about that, or how that's been going for you, if you've been feeling energized or depleted from it, because it's a fine line of the balance, right? It's a very fine line. So getting onto the kind of really exciting energy that came through, the messages that came through. So they gave me this visual, and they said to me that the new earth is going to be transforming from the outside in. And this is kind of interesting, because for a long time I've been trying to make sense of why the Schumann resonance, so that's the heartbeat of the earth, why it's been so low, like extremely low, especially when, kind of, it was like 2 years ago, maybe around the beginning of all this stuff, that we were getting the big spikes. Like it was going really, really high, like up to 100 and over. And now we haven't even seen anything I think go past like maybe 40 at the max for a very long time. And so I have to be honest, it's had given me a bit of concern as to like, okay, so what's suppressing it? What's stopping it? What's slowing that down? And now they kind of showed me that how this is making sense. So if the changing, the transforming is coming from the outside in rather than from the inside out, which is, obviously everything that we're taught in, spiritual guidance, spiritual teachings is all about the change within, be the change within. So it's very interesting how they shifted that today. And I feel like it's because there's going to be a lot more extra help on the transformation. So again, not so much relying on our energy, so the souls that are here, their frequency, but actually getting some more assistance from the outside sources, which is really powerful. And I'm thankful for this, because I feel like there has been a disconnect or an absence of, the galactic being's presence for the past little while, which to me was unexplainable, but I'm sure that they're serving purposes and doing battles on other realms, helping other planets out. And so maybe that's where we didn't feel their presence here, but I feel like it's coming back. So I'm incredibly helpful, feel helpful for I'm thankful for their help. So they gave me the etheric space is being cleansed and cleared. So it's literally like, so when you think about you have your human body, and then you have your etheric field, which is the energy, the space outside of your physical body. And so the earth has that space as well. It's like, in mediumship, we call it the void, or we call it the power. It's literally the area where we can connect with other beings, where we can connect with spirit people, where we can connect with all of the energies that are not just earthbound. And so that is being cleared and cleansed. They literally showed me like these beautiful pink, turquoise, blues, silvers, like all these sparkly colors coming in to the planet to cleanse and to clear. And they said to me that there's going to be a powerful aftermath from this. And so they didn't show me what that meant or what, like, the, you know, if it's going to be tsunamis or earthquakes or what it's going to be. They didn't show me specifically, but they did show me that it's going to be part of the cleansing, part of the clearing. So when we come into that stage of this, into that cycle of it, the powerful aftermath, remind yourself part of the process, that's part of the process, the much needed process that's taking place. They wanted us to remember that the light is powerful. The light is very powerful, and that the dark is scrambling. This is really important, and I talk to my hub members about this because you may be feeling this personally. You may be seeing some of this in the people around you, because if they're holding any of the lower vibrational frequencies, so if they're holding the fear vibration, they're going to be scrambling right now. There's going to be a lot of scrambling energy. And the way my divine guidance team showed it to me was literally like rats on a sinking ship. If you've ever seen anything like that, they scramble, right? They are scrambling to try and survive. And that's kind of what's happening with the souls that are holding the dense vibration or the dense frequencies right now. And so they're saying to me right now in different degrees. So you may be seeing this in different degrees in the people around you. I know for sure it's happening on social media. I'm sure that you guys have seen it where people are getting into arguments on their own pages or on other pages about, again, their opinions being different, them seeing things in a different way. And if you feel into that energy, you can feel the animosity, you can feel the fear in that. And it's almost like what happens is all of it may not even just be about what's happening politically. It can just be about all of the things that have been happening in their life or lives, right? This could be, we could be carrying past life stuff through with this as well. But all of the hurts, the traumas, the shames, the guilt, the blames, all of that stuff is coming up to the surface. And of course, because if they've been very narrow-minded, right, not seeing the big picture, they're going to feel like all of that feeling, all that stuff that's coming through is just about what's happening here and now, on the planet with all of the stuff that's been going on. I'm trying not to say any of the words because Facebook shadow bans me every time I say anything. So I'm trying not to say it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about what's happening right now. So keep this in mind when you're dealing with people. So this can be your best friends, it can be your family, it can be your coworkers, it can, be your social media friends. Keep in mind that scrambling energy will try and bring you into it. So it will try and bring you into the chaos because it's the whole misery loves company. But on a bigger scale, it's the like attracts like vibration. So just, again, remember when I said to you that you need to choose the side, there needs to be a choosing of sides at this point. Remind yourself about that and step into the light on this, right? So, and the biggest thing that they're telling me about this is to just not engage with it. So we've passed the point of you being able to turn somebody's mind around on this. We've passed the point of you saying something to somebody that's going to make them shift or change. So now it's really about your protection of your energy. So bringing that energy back to you and not giving it out to anybody that is not holding the light and allowing them to kind of take care of it on their own. It's your time to take care of yourself, not time to worry about them. And so here's another really interesting thing, and I wanted to share this with you guys for sure to make sure that you knew about it. So they said to me, beacons of light. And it's very interesting because I have a friend who has, like, as she says it, has gone down the rabbit hole. And she's been looking into a whole bunch of stuff about the history, and you guys can go find this. It's not woo-woo stuff. It's not conspiracy theory stuff. It's actual factual. You can look it up. It's all there. And it's about the idea or the knowing about how certain buildings on this planet, certain structures, have a significant energy impact on the planet, and they were actually designed that way. So the idea that there was an actual, higher level of intelligence that actually put these structures together for the sake of creating energy portals. And so specifically, we're talking about like the churches, the parliament buildings, any significant structures that are strategically placed around the planet. And they were all created with the intention of being beacons of light, which here's kind of really interesting where this comes in. And so if you look at like if you look at the parliament buildings, some of the churches, some of the significant monumental buildings around the planet, you'll look at, they all have very similar structures to them, right? They all have like the peaked roofs. They have the points. They have the spikes coming up from them. And so it's very interesting because all of this has to do with sacred geometry. And of course, sacred geometry is not something that is earth-minded or created through the earth. It actually has a higher intelligence, a higher frequency to it. And it gives us the understanding about how when we put certain shapes together, it actually creates energetic portals or energetic power. And so when they were creating these buildings, when these buildings were, the idea for the buildings or the creation of the buildings happened, they were coming from higher sources, higher intelligence, and they were being done because they were creating portals of light around the planet. So kind of like an energetic grid around the planet, which is kind of really interesting how these things kind of tie in together, because I don't know if you guys know that it was a couple of years ago, we went to a family road trip. We went to Washington, D.C. And of course, we've got the White House there, and we've got, some major monumental buildings and some Mason houses and, all kinds of things like that. I had the worst vertigo when we were in Washington. My head was a mess energetically. I was very ungrounded. I felt very fearful. It was not a good time at all. And I love the way they're bringing all this information around to me so that I could have the true understanding of how significant these beacons of light or portals of light are, and how important and how powerful they are to humanity right now. That even though they were created, hundreds, some of them thousands of years ago, that we are going to be using the energy. The energy is going to be coming back to us through that. And a really significant message that they gave me for that was, they said everything had been infiltrated. They kept on saying that word over and over again. And so I want you guys just to think and feel into this for a moment, because this is big, and see if this all pulls together for you. Let me know in the comments if that's kind of like comes together to you and makes sense to you. And if it's like way over too much, too far down the rabbit hole for you, don't worry about it. It'll come up when you're ready to grasp it. I'm sharing it with you guys today because it's significant to the shift, to the transformation that is happening right now. And so I want you just to think about it for a moment. When we think about the parliament buildings, when we think about the churches, when we think about these structures, we have, and especially in the last 2 years, we've had so much information come up to the surface to tell us about the corruption, about the evil, about all of that, the coercion, the programming, the control, all of that coming from these sources. And so think about it. If these beacons of light, these structures, were strategically placed around the planet to support us, to be able to offer us energy portals to go into for healing, for guidance, for all of that. And then the dark infiltrated them and took over them by putting dark energies into them to run them. And now we know where we are now. Look at the mess that this planet is on. Like look at the corruption, the everything. We have our most powerful leaders are the most corrupt, the most, and they're in our beacons of light. They've infiltrated the beacons of light. And so for a moment, just put your mind that, I know it all comes together when it needs to, for sure. But they're telling me that this is going to be a significant shift. So this is where we talk about the rats scrambling, the dark scrambling. It's like we're getting a massive amount of help, significant help with this, so that they can clear that energy out, clear out the dark energy, and then reclaim these portals of energy. So bringing back the beacons of lights. And so, very interesting, they said to me, everything has been hidden, but now will be restored. So to me, that again, I feel like that is really powerful news for us. Like, it's like, oh my God, like, thank God, thank God that this is happening. Thank God the shift is happening for us. They also said to me that, and they kept on using, and I said to in the Space Hub to feel into the word divine more, because they keep on giving it to me. So they said to me, divine grace, divine timing. And I feel like that word divine itself is like powerfully loaded with some major energy. So see for yourself and feel into that if that word comes up for you more now, or if you feel a connection to it, because I feel like they say to me it's an energy source. And interesting how this works. You guys know how powerful our words are, right? How much energy goes into a word. And just as a really good example, you look at the word God, right? G-O-D. There's massive energy that goes into that word and gives it power, because everybody thinks it, feels it, puts focus on it, says it. We say it when we're not even, oh my God. We say it all the time. There's so much energy into that. And this is a very interesting thing in the connection that they gave me, which I found very powerful. That's why I wanted to share this with you guys for sure, is think about the word God and what God is. And when I was feeling into that, they again gave me the same thing. They said infiltrated. And so that makes total sense, right? Because you look at the churches that we're trusting, and especially, when we talk about the Catholic Church, but all of the churches that we've been trusting since the beginning of time, they've been our, before the politics, before the politicians were there, the churches were there. They were our guides. They were our beacons. And somewhere along the line, everything became infiltrated. So that means that the dark came in and took over the light. We know it, we feel it, it's there. And so I'm finding it very, very interesting how they're talking about that shift happening. So feel into those two words, just feel into them and see how often they're coming up to you. But that is divine, and then the word God, and see how that feels for you. Feel into what's coming up. It feels very powerful to me, and I'm thankful for that. So they said to me also that there's a very powerful energy coming through the sun to help support your people. And so we have seen this for a long time now. I was just watching a guy through the space weather last night who was showing the massive solar flares that are happening from the sun. So plasma literally actually, exploding off of the sun. Because the size of the sun, the massive size of the sun, and how, of course, how far away it is from our planet, we're lucky because by the time the plasma comes, it falls apart before it actually hits us. But I feel like part of that is the cleaning up of the atmosphere of the etheric space. And so they said with that, the fire is going to be burning away all of the evil. So it may be like a bumpy ride for us who are sensitives or empaths for the next little while, because we could be feeling like that energetic debris kind of hitting and burning, right? Like, it's like they're literally showing me like when somebody's being cremated, the cremation of the big fire, putting the bodies into the fire. So we may be feeling some of that, but know that it's serving a purpose. Know that it has, they're saying, again, divine, they're using the word divine intervention, divine intervention. So very, very powerful. Here's interesting part, and I want you guys, this is important. The power of prayer is super, super important. I don't care if you're religious. I don't care who you believe in or who you follow, but the power of prayer is very, very powerful. And so they started using some of the words from the Our Father prayer when they were giving me the information this morning. And so they said to me, we shall be standing in the glory. And so it was like this collection of energy coming together, this empowerment of energy coming together, of all of us collectively bringing our energies together. And they said to me, again, they talked about how the dark is going to be grasping for us. So literally like reaching out and trying to take the light. And so reminding us that we are stronger, that we are stronger. And with that, they said, thy will be done. And so it really felt like this power stamp of, this is the way it's going to be. Thy will be done. So no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Thy will be done, which is very, very powerful. And then they talked about the collection of very powerful energy that's being created. And then they gave the word divine around it again, the divine. And then they talked about that energy coming through a massive portal, so of light. And so, and they also included the showers in there. They talked about the showers, light showers. So I really feel like over the next couple of days, we're going to see some significant events take place. Especially tomorrow. And so you guys know that we have a big, massive portal energy opening up, right? Tomorrow it is the February 22nd portal, which you're going to be seeing a lot of people are going to be doing light activation meditations. I'm not going to be doing anything online. I've got a good friend, Nicola Russell, who is going to be in Scotland doing one. And so I'll share that on my page. So if you guys are around, I think it'll be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go and check it out. I'm going to go and do that. I'm not going to be doing anything through my business pages, but I'm going to be a participant because I think this will be, again, they keep on saying significant event, significant event. So I feel like this is kind of, if you can clear your schedule tomorrow, and whatever activation comes across you, whatever meditation comes across your way, go and do it, be part of it, because I think it'll be, again, they said significant event. So I really feel like this is going to be a change, like the times are going to change. It's going to be like, okay, now a new move has been made. And I feel like through this entire thing, right, for the last 2 years, it's been very, very strategic. So it's like it's been a chess game. We move here. Now the dark moves here, the light moves here, the dark. So it's been just back and forth like that. And I feel like there is momentum that's being gained right now from the light side, which I honestly had not been feeling for a while. And that's why I've kind of been pulling back my energy, my stuff on social media, because I just feel like we've been needing to regroup and resource. And I feel like that has changed. So I am super happy and super excited about that. And I know that if you're a fellow light worker or empath, you're going to be feeling that. If you're not feeling it yet, you're going to feel it. You will feel it soon. It's coming in, I promise. And so I wanted to make sure that you guys knew all of that. I know that it's a lot. I know that it's a lot of information that I just gave you. And let it just kind of settle in and see what resonates with you, what feels right to you in it. Remind yourself, though, that, part of the purpose of when we are drawn to certain people, right, to hear their words, it's because it will trigger certain memories within us, right, that then reminds us about our own purpose. And so this will be important for everybody that's listening. So, all the words that I've said, some of it may resonate, some of it may not, but pay attention to the words that create a little bit of a spark within you or a little bit of remembrance within you. Because I feel like what's going to be coming for everybody in the next little while is rediscovering your purpose. So getting into alignment with the big, questions of why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? I feel like all of that has kind of gone off track for a bit because collectively we've had to pull together for this big, massive mission. And I feel like because there's been such a significant shift in the mission, we're going to be able to kind of get back into our individual courses again to be able to do our own sense of finding out why we're here and working on the stuff that we need to work on. Yeah, so it's a lot. I know it's a lot, guys. I know it's a lot. So I want to make sure that you guys know, again, all about the Sacred Space Hub. So that's the online community through my website that has no censorship, because again, I've got on Facebook, there's, 34,000 of you guys following my page, and only a handful of people are actually seeing my stuff, which is kind of sad. So do me a favor, and if you feel called to, share out this live that I'm doing so that other people can hear it, and we can help to share the message and spread the light. And definitely the more you engage on my page, the more people will see it, the bigger our community becomes. And if you feel called to join a smaller community, which is the Sacred Space Hub, then pop over there and you can join us at any time. I'm going to be putting out our new dates for the lives in the Sacred Space Hub coming up soon. So that's kind of all coming up. And you can join anytime, though. It's $21 a month. And I know that you guys spend that much at the coffee shop or, on whatever stuff throughout the week. So $21 a month investing into yourself is probably something that you could consider. Okay, my lovelies, sending you out huge, huge blessings, and please continue to leave the comments in this video, and I will go back and I will listen to them. I know that there were lots of comments as I was talking, so I will go back and read your comments, and I will listen to your insights. Okay, this is good news. Yay! Okay, everybody have a really, really good week, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.